All right, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. I'm gonna change this song before I fall asleep. Get something a little more groove in here. All right, that's better. All right, hope everybody's having a good Thursday. We're just hanging out. Not too much going on. Gonna take a look at some charts as always. We'll take a look at Zen and Pulsechain. I know I got a couple mints due. I'm really thinking about making some moves with my my Pulsechain here. Whew. Man, I am upstairs in my house right now and it is so hot up here. It's crazy. It's got to be at least 90 in this room right now. But as always, we'll start with Bitcoin on the daily. And you can see right here, as I mentioned previously, this light blue line here is the 200-week moving average, and we were really watching this to see if we could stay above it, and so far we have. You can see we had a nice clean bounce off it, bounced all the way up to 28,400, and now we're seeing a slight correction here. One thing I noticed is we're kind of in this falling wedge pattern, which they typically break to the upside, but we're coming down and retesting it. So we're really coming down to this decision time with Bitcoin. Is it going to retest this? And we also have this 200-week moving average right here. So there's a whole lot of confluence right here. Is the 200-week going to hold? Let's zoom in here. Is this 200-week going to hold right here? Are we going to see a bounce all the way back to the support line and go? Are we just going to continue to go down and just completely negate the pattern? So there's a lot going on right now. We'll see what happens over the next couple weeks, couple days actually. It's going to be really bullish if we stay above the 200-week moving average here, and we're really trying to right now. So that's exciting to see. Whew, I'm dripping sweat. Better take a sip out of my Zen Crypto Mint Your Future mug. Definitely check out the zenmerch.store website. Awesome guys over there. Quality merch. Light applause for them. All right, so let's move on. We got any big movers today? Let's go check out Crypto Bubbles, see what's happening. And on the daily, I mean, nothing too crazy. We got the graph down 8%. What's GT? Gate to, oh yeah, Gate.io. I heard Gate.io is having some liquidity issues. Their token crashed all the way down to $4 earlier. We got Sui down 5%. Haha, under $1. Wow. And then we have some movers, Litecoin. We have Radix. I'm actually looking at making a video for Radix. I think that's got a lot of promise. So I've been working on some notes for that. Finally, we see some reversal in the Hex ecosystem. We got Pulse up 3.4% after a big dip. We got Hex up 4.2%. And I believe this is the E-Hex, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll flip over to Dex Screener here. Let's take a look at the different watch lists we got going on here. Shout out to the 7 watchers. We're just hanging out on a Thursday night, looking at some charts. Got a couple Zen moves to make. We'll take a look at the news. We'll talk about the XenShiba launching on Saturday. It's going to be real exciting. But first, let's get through these charts. So first, we'll look at the main watch list here. And look at this. We see a bit of green. What's this? Phoenix Zen. The Phoenix Zen pair is up 18%. That's some nice, I mean, there's only 4 transactions, but $3,000 worth of volume. With only $6,000 of liquidity, that's a nice move. I bet that's a big green candle. Oh yeah, look at that. Here we got Pulsex up 6%. We got Hex up 6%. PLS up 3.4%, and then unfortunately Zen and DXN are down a bit. And it looks like DXN finally fell under the $10, sitting at $9.40 right now. I was watching Crypto Bro. He thinks it could get all the way down to $7, which would be, I'll be a buyer there for sure. It's always better to burn your Zen, but definitely it's good to hold the position in DXN and stake it, and then you get your ETH rewards. Got to keep up with that growing supply for sure. But let's switch over to Pulsechain, see what we got over here. A lot of green on Pulsechain, that's good. We got this is Zen Classics up 18%. We got PZen up 7%, PLSX up 6%. So we got a lot of green over on Pulsechain after a couple of red days. This incentive token though, oh man, we'll pull up that chart. The thing's been bloody, which is kind of what we expected. You know, how is it going to be an incentive token and go up? So this was really this was kind of unexpected to see this 3,500% rise, but since then it's been consolidating. It's just kind of staying within these supports and resistances. We'll see what happens. Are we just going to keep bouncing around and eventually just fall down, or is it going to bounce and go? Got a couple different ones. DBZen already dipped into the 6s. Yeah, we'll take a look at that here in a second. You could very well be right there. One thing I did want to look at was the PLS chart. I'm thinking about making a move in PLS here. You know, I've been kind of playing in those pools and collecting the incentive token. And doing that, I've built up a nice position in PLS. You know, compared to where I started, I think I only put a couple 100,000 PLS in there. I lost a little dollar value to the impermanent loss, but now each pool has about 300,000 PLS in it. So that's kind of exciting. I'm basically going to start where I was when the Pulsechain launched, except I'm going to have about 30 Zen mints, which is nice. That's going to be real nice. But you can kind of see Pulsechains in the same thing. Where was I? I think that was the 4-hour. Yeah, if we look at the 4-hour here. And what I'm hoping to see here out of Pulsechain is it's kind of retesting. Everything's kind of in this same pattern And it's all because of Bitcoin, really, in my opinion. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everything's kind of following the same thing. But I'm kind of hoping the RSI and the price action both do this little retest. And just like we talked about on the other chart, I mean, everything's kind of doing this little retest now. We saw a little pump, but there's so much bullish news that's coming on the horizon that could really pump everything in the market. Shout out to the 8 watchers. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. It's kind of a chill Saturday night, but let's go back to our watch list. We'll keep working through these. Take a look at the Zen ecosystem. Look at that. PZen's up 9.3%. We got Zen Doge up 4%. 10 transactions on the day on the X Doge Zen pair. Hopefully that, oh my gosh. I don't know what I was doing here. It's a big old mess. Let's start over here. Let's see what we got. Let's make a fresh chart. So we're definitely starting to see, hopefully this is a bottom. You know, we see a nice rounded recovery here. That would be nice. But let's go take a look at DBZen. Look at DBZen on Phantom up 15%, 1.5 thousand liquidity, 1,000 liquidity. That's not much at all, obviously. But the crown jewel DXN on Ethereum. So you're saying it dropped down to 6? I'm not seeing that on this chart. Well, low on this chart's down to 821, but this is the DXN WETH chart, Ethereum chart, the wrapped ETH chart. So I'm kind of known for selling too early. When it launched, it was definitely down here. That first week, I ended up with like 100 tokens or something, and I sold right on this first pump. And it came back down. I sold right about $5, and then like an idiot. But that was definitely a hell of a ride up. That was a lot of fun. But right now we're just kind of looking for this bottom here, and you can see it's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing. So let's see. We could see a bit more downside if this just keeps rolling over. Kind of trying to catch this falling knife action. That would be unfortunate. Also known as dead cat bounce. Sorry about that. But I love DXN. I think it has a bright future, especially we had some bullish news from Jack earlier today. Wasn't sure really what he was referring to when he said July 4th, but I imagine it's either going to be the DB's NFTs or it might be something with the X1 network. But things are starting to buzz. Let's go take a look. BRC20s. I really want to get some ordinals, but maybe I saw that somewhere else. But he tweeted earlier July 4th, and there's some speculation about what that was about. So that's kind of exciting. Hopefully it's the DB's NFTs. I'm pretty pumped for those. What's going on with my hair here? It's funny. It's so hot up here. But alright, shout out to the 8 watchers. What else we got going on here? Go take a look at our Phoenix charts. So on Phoenix, we're down 15%, but on Ethereum, we're up 18%. Not much volume at all, unfortunately. But that's definitely a long-term hold, long-term project. We got some stakes over there marinating. But alright, let's get into the Zen. I believe since it is the first of the month, I got a couple Zen mints due, so definitely want to go over those with you guys. Oof. Well, I got $7 in ETH. I don't know if that's going to be enough to do anything. Actually, no, I already claimed the one on ETH. That's right. So I should have 10 million. Yeah, so I got 10 million Zen on ETH. Let's go head over to Avalanche. I'm pretty sure I got a June 1st on Avalanche. But we'll go through each of the chains to take a look. Yeah, there it is. So this is kind of a small one. This is definitely a short mint. It's only 7 days. I minted these all out right in a row, and I just kind of matched what I had on the other chains. This one will probably be for a loss, but let's take a look here. So we're looking at 26 million Zen over on AVAX. Hopefully I got enough for gas. I think I have a couple bucks in here. And then we'll head over to the DEX just to see what it's worth. Probably hold on to it. I might see what's happening on DBZen. I know there's been a lot of burning over on DBZen on AVAX. I was burning on AVAX for a little bit, but I ended up selling all my DBZen. And then, of course, now it's popping off. So that's usually how it goes. All right, so let's see here. So we got our mint over on AVAX. Let's take a look. So what's 26 million Zen? Always got to grab the contract address from the website. Let's see what we got. So this cost me about $4 or $5 to mint. It's definitely not going to be worth that. And that's okay. 79 cents, so that's a pretty big loss. But I got a little bit of Zen, so that's cool with me. I imagine these first couple are going to be losses over on AVAX, but that's okay. That's okay. We're building a position over time. Not sure if I'm going to burn it, but I'll probably hold it until I hit some sort of break even. So we claimed our mints over on AVAX. I should have one. I think I have a couple on Polygon, actually. Do you see any way that we could get rug staking DXN? Not necessarily rugged, but liquidity could become an issue. If you know how liquidity works in the liquidity pools, once there's no liquidity in the pools, you're not going to be able to sell it for anything. The price is going to, drop dramatically. I could see that being possible. That's kind of happening on the other chains. Like right now, I have a lot of DBZen on Phantom. And if I try to sell it, it's like a 50 or 60% price impact. So it's like, why would I even try to sell it? I'm just going to hold that. But it's not really a malicious thing. That's just more so the environment, the liquidity. I don't think it'd be possible for it to be rugged. They could take the website down, but you can still interact with the smart contract, I believe. Good old Polygon giving me all these RPC issues every time. My hair's looking wild. Come on. What is up with why why can some RPCs will just work? Some show me my Matic, some don't show me my Matic. Ay ay ay. So Casey James says, do you think XenShiba is a hodl and sell it early or rebuy with the eventual fall in price? I don't know. I mean, that's really your strategy. I'm really excited for the NFTs. So I'm not going to buy and sell. I'm going to get the XenShiba and then I'm going to burn it for those NFTs. Or not the NFTs, the Shiba NFTs. Hopefully. I'd like to get one of the limited ones. That'd be pretty sweet. Where's my tip jar? That's a good one. I should set that up. I am TreeCityWest.eth is my ENS address. TreeCityWest.eth. You don't have to send me anything. It's all good. But let's see here. Once I get monetized, I'll get some super chats going or something, but I'm not even there. I need some more. I need at least 1,000 subscribers. I need 4,000 watch hours. So we're slowly working there, but we'll get there eventually. Avalanche DXN total participants up to 703 from about 500 a month ago. That's a lot. I mean, that's way more than the other chains. Like on Phantom and EVMOS, they're only getting 30, 40 a day at most. I mean, that's a good day. All right, so we got our Polygon claim here. So this is about 100,000 Zen. So that should be enough to do what we've been doing. So as I've gone over the last couple episodes, when I have these Polygon mints, I try to claim it and then I make one. I sell some of the Zen and I keep some of it liquid. So this is going to cost 1 Matic to claim. Now is this RPC not going to let me claim? Polygon's driving me nuts. Error formatting outputs from RPC. All right, so let's switch it then. Think Zenlon will ever do anything? I FOMO into it and now I'm stuck with it. I don't know. I don't think it will personally. I don't own any. I hope it does though. I mean, it's a Zen project. Jack made a really good point a couple weeks ago. You know, every project in the Zen ecosystem can't be successful, but you never know with those meme coins. Anything could happen. If Elon mentions Zen, then Zenlon's gonna explode. But it's also kind of pegged to the price of DXN, so yeah, it could definitely move one day once DXN gets back to those all-time highs. But all right, let's try this again. Yeah, I was in Zenlon the first week, and then I realized I'm like, I think I'd rather just hold DXN, because when you hold DXN and you're staking it, you actually get your ETH rewards or whatever chain you're on. I mean, look how many Polygon RPCs I got on here. They just never work. All right, let's try this one. So we're looking at 108,000 or 108 million. Am I on the wrong network or something? Like, what's happening here? Let's try to switch it within the app, within the DApp. And it's just Polygon that I always have this problem with. Like, I don't know what's up with the stuff, the things. See now, now I'm using the one that Zen Network recommends, and I can't even see my Zen NFTs. I can see my Zen, so I know I'm connected. It says I'm connected, but there's just no Zen NFTs. Switch. Let it reload the page. I got nothing. What you can do is you can actually go over to this site called chainlist.org, and it'll show you a bunch of different RPCs for the different networks. And like, you can see the Polygon ones are, so many of them are having trouble. So let's try the Llama RPC. Let's try. Try the Polygon-Bohr public node. All right, so now I added that other Polygon network. I can see my Zen, I can see my NFTs. But will it let me redeem? And look at that. We just had to go to Chainlist and find a healthy RPC. So now we'll give it a second. So we got about 2 Matic, and that was about 100 million Zen. So let's go over to Uniswap here. What's 100 million Zen for going on Matic now? Yeah, see, it's not even, so I didn't profit from this one. I don't have enough to mint another Zen NFT from this Zen that I just minted, which is okay. It's happened. It happens. I'm gonna burn this Zen for XenShiba, so hopefully I'll make it back there. That's weird. That hasn't happened in a while, but the price of Matic Zen is down quite a bit. I wonder if it's below my my buy-in. I bought that XenShiba. Yeah, that's right. It's down a little bit. Not much. But it was up here. When it was up here, we were doing good. We were able to do 2 or 3 NFTs for the small, like 2 week. I was doing 2 week and 3 week mints. But all right, so we got our Polygon one. Let's head over to Phantom. Should have one over there too. Shout out to the 8 watchers. We're just hanging out, doing some Zen things, looking at some charts. So we got our Matic, we got our AVAX, and we have 2 over on Phantom. That's cool. So we're getting about 68. And this one I might just burn it. I've been burning on Phantom quite a bit. Let's see if it's worth anything first. And that's what's kind of nice about these I don't want to say ghost chains. That word's kind of floating around quite a bit, but you can do a lot with a little, you know, and then it doesn't cost much to mint these NFTs. The max VMU on Phantom's only 45. So this Zenturion only costs 19 cents. And I'm sure, so each of those will probably be worth like a half a Phantom when I get them back. So I'll probably have like one whole Phantom token for the 69,000. What is it? Spooky Swap. So we'll head over to Spookify. Casey James says, this Saturday will determine whether I go longer stakes on ETH Phoenix based on bonus pool payout increase. That's a good point. That's a good point for sure. All right, let's see. So while I've been bored, I've been playing the DBZen game on Phantom just because it's cheap. You know, if I lose a little bit, I don't mind. It's a little different on ETH when you're losing. You burn $100 and you get $30 of DBZen back. That's tough. But on Phantom, that goes a really long way. All right, so hopefully this is worth more than one Phantom. And it's not. So this is 2 mints worth. Each one cost probably 15 to 20 cents, and they're worth about 22 cents. But there's a lesson in that. These short mints, you know, I've been kind of experimenting. These mints were very short, less than 30 days, so they're not profitable. Now these long mints that are 300 to 400 days long, those are definitely going to be profitable. But I had to start somewhere. I wanted Zen sooner than later, so I kind of laddered my mints out. And these early ones haven't been profitable, and that's how the game goes. That's my own mistake, so I'll hold it. I'll wait for the price of Zen to go up, hopefully, or I'll burn it. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been saying, so let's do that. So over on Phantom here, you can see I got about 1,600 staked in, or unclaimed, and then another 300 staked. So I'm trying to get over that 2,000 mark. I'm just under it. I'm getting like 2 or 3. It's way less than that. It's maybe like 1 or 2 Phantom a day. So it's probably been about a week since I claimed this. But let's go and burn some. Why not? First, I'm gonna head over to Zen.pub just to check out the burn statistics. Make sure it's not too oversaturated. All right, DBZen on Phantom. And yeah, so you can see these unique participants on Phantom. They're only getting 15, 20 a day. All-time high is less than 65 people. So it's kind of a closed system. There's really not much liquidity over here, but people are burning $20, $30, $100 a Zen a day. So I'm gonna burn this 100,000, or what was it? It was like 69,000 or something. Sorry, 69 million. And that's going to be ranked 15th in the burn list. Basically burning $10 of Zen to get 35, or 10 cents of Zen to get 35 cents of DXN, which is nothing. I might get 4 or 5 Zen, but I believe in the future of DBZen and Zen, so I'm just playing in the ecosystem. Every time I burn this Zen, I'm putting more towards my allocation for the X1 network. So that's what it's all about for me. So we got 69. Yeah, it's going to cost less than a Phantom for the total transaction cost, including the protocol fee. So that's pretty wild. I always wondered if they tweaked the protocol fee between the chains. Like, could they make more DBZen more valuable if the protocol fee asked for more because the transaction fee is so less? I don't know if that's possible. Just thinking out loud. Bronx Crypto says, I know I'm probably missing out, but I'm only playing on ETH. Honestly, I mean, that's where the money is, to be completely honest. Like we were talking about those liquidity issues. I'll show you exactly what I mean here. Let me just grab the contract address for DBZen over on Phantom. So the price is about 5 cents, and there's only $1,600 in liquidity. So if I wanted to come over to Spooky Swap here, try to sell my 1900 Phantom DXN, I'm taking almost a 10% price impact. And that, you know, that kills me. I get 295 Phantom. To buy that same position, it's going to cost 365 Phantom. So you can see the difference there. If you want the position that I have in DXN, you have to pay 365 Phantom. But if I was to sell this position, I'd only get 295 for it. So that's one interesting way to consider the price impact and the slippage and everything. That's a 10% hit. And that's also a 10% candle. So if I were to dump this, I'm going to cause a candle on this chart. Where'd that go? What's a 10% candle look like? I would cause a big old red candle, just like that. So not only would I be losing out on hundreds of Phantom because of the price impact of the low liquidity, I'd also be killing the project. There'd be a huge 10% dump on the chart. So I just keep it staked. I burn my Phantom. I collect my Phantom fees. That allows me to mint more. Might as well mint one since we collected one, right? So I'll go ahead and collect my DBZen fees. We'll head back to Zen.network. We'll mint his NFT with our rewards. Take a look here. What are we up to? So I'm going every 2 weeks. Looks like that stopped right around here. So 5, 9, 14. So I could do 10-1. And that's going to cost me a whopping 0.58 Phantom, about 19 cents. So the barrier to entry is a lot lower on these smaller chains like Phantom. You know, Zenturion, Max Mint, Max VMU cost 19 cents. And that's why it's, you know, there's low liquidity, because there's not that economic energy there. That's like that's on the bigger chains. You know, the mints cost more on Ethereum and Pulsechain and Avalanche. So that's probably where the most liquidity is going to be, and that's where the most value, economic energy. I feel strange saying that word, but that's exactly what it is. All right, so we got our 10-1. Let's see here. Let's do 314, 414, and 514. And this is what we do. We just hang out, we mint Zen, and that's life. Just gonna fire off a couple mints here, and then we'll go take a look at some Pulsechain stuff. See, I tried to do like 4 or 5 mints at a time. I just refresh the page and then send it before the next one before the previous one completes. But I forget where I'm at sometimes, and I'll end up with like 3 mints on the same day. Happens all the time. Like, I think I'm moving my months forward, but I'm really just minting the same day over and over again. It's kind of silly. And who knows what's going to happen once the bull run starts. You know, this will be really when these chains are going to be taking off. People will be flooding into Phantom, getting into DeFi, you know, early, mid 2024, 2025. And that native token is going to be worth so much more. And hopefully the Zen that's attached to it. We just need to make sure we keep that liquidity up. Ooh, this one's a sapphire. I love that color. So how we doing? Our mints going through? Look at Gwei right now, down to 23 on Ethereum. It'd be a good time to mint over on ETH. Anytime it gets under 25, I'm trying to mint on ETH. Shout out to the 9 watchers. We're just hanging out, doing some Zen things. What else we got? I think that was my last claim. Oh yeah, Pulsechain. Duh. So new, I forgot about it. Let me see what we're up to here. All right, I'll start moving on to these ones later, but let's switch over to Pulsechain, and then we'll take a look at the Pulsex, some of those pools. I've been thinking about making some moves in those pools, but let's claim this PZen first. If I have some, I'm not even sure that I do. Yeah, there it is. This is a very short-term mint. Only getting 6,000 Zen, so I'll probably just keep this Zen liquid. It's only 10 VMU, so I wonder if I'll get... I think I paid like 30, 40 pulse for it. 40,000 pulse, that is. Let's take a look. Hope AVAX moves in a bull run, you never know. Man, last bull run was nuts. I remember thinking when AVAX Avalanche was at 70 bucks, I was like, there's no way this is going to fall under 60. I started loading up at 60, then I started loading up at 50 and 40 and 30 and 20, all the way down. I believe it was over 100 bucks per token at one point. What am I doing here? All right. So I paid 30 or 40,000 PLS, only getting 13.5 back. So I'm just gonna keep it in Liquid Zen. That's all good there. But yeah, let's check out these farms. I've been thinking about pulling out of these farms because of the amount of PLS I have right now. As I mentioned earlier, when we look at the Pulsechain chart here, I've been looking at the wrap PLS die chart. I really think it's going to come back, retest the top of this and go. It's kind of like that. This is on the 4 hour. And you can already see on the 1 hour, that's exactly what's happening. And you can see we're starting to get this nice round bottom. We got these higher lows. You know, hopefully these higher lows just continue all the way up. The other thing is that the incentive token's down so much, so I have more incentive token built up right now than I ever have, but it's not worth as much as it was when I first started farming. So but yeah, we might as well pull out of here. They're getting ready to launch the V2 pools, and I want to have that liquidity ready when they do. These APRs are getting low. I mean, I say low. It's over 300%, 290%, 400%, 500%. It's not the 1200% that we were spoiled with at the beginning. Feels like crypto's one big con job sometimes. It is, man. It's the whale games. And that's life. It's not just crypto. It's life. The rich get richer. We just gotta get the scraps on the bottom. I might wait one more day. What do you guys think? I'll ask you guys. My 8 watchers here. All right, there's a poll, guys. Let me know what you think. Definitely recommend you guys check out this website, Accrued Inc. Pretty cool website. You just pop your address in here and it will tell you how much ink you've accrued in the different pools. That way you don't have to add it up manually. It just kind of tells you. I say that and it's down right now, so that's great. I got 1 vote for yes. Yeah, I think I will. That was the plan, right? Now I got a bunch of extra PLS. Maybe I'll mint a couple NFTs. I got a little bit of capital. I mean, not much, a couple, maybe $100 in case it does keep dipping. I'll just buy more PLS then. So I think that's pretty solid. That's interesting. Just got a price alert that Filecoin's up 5%. What's happening there? Big old green candle there. We get some news on Filecoin. That's interesting. It's a solid project. I have a nice position in Filecoin. Decentralized storage. Unstaked. All right, we'll run through these real quick. How long have I been in crypto? I actually got into crypto right at the end of 2020. So it was like the end of December. I started looking into Bitcoin. One of my buddies started telling me how it went up crazy during the pandemic. It was basically the end of the pandemic in 2020. It was right when Bitcoin was right around 25K. Between 19 and 25K, and I bought maybe $100 worth of Bitcoin. I bought $100 worth of Filecoin that we just looked at. The price was $300. Let's zoom out here. I'll show you exactly where we were. So it's right at the end of, it was December 2020. Right around here, I started buying Filecoin. I bought it right around $30. And I just walked away. I wasn't into crypto like this. Like for me, it was just kind of buy it and then I let it sit. Then one day I was like, oh yeah, let me check on that crypto. I bought 3 tokens for $30 each. So it's about $100. I came back and each token was worth $150 each. So I basically turned $100 into like $600. And that's when I fell in love with crypto. I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. I made 600 bucks. It was March and April 2021, and I felt like the biggest genius in the world. I took that money out of Filecoin, pulled my profit, and I put it into a project called Safe Moon, which is I was wearing a Safe Moon shirt earlier, which is kind of funny. And Safe Moon was fun. Yeah, I put my money into it. I watched it go way up, and I didn't know what I was doing. I watched it come way down, and yeah, that was a story of how I got into crypto. So it's basically end of 2020. I got really hardcore into it in May and June and July of 2021. And I bought the whole way up and I bought the whole way down. I didn't do a good job of taking profits, that's for sure. But I think that happens with everybody. Everybody seems to get in at the top of the bull market, and then they watch it go down, and then once the next cycle happens, they're like, oh, I get it now. And we're starting to hit into that now. You know, if you're paying attention to crypto at this point, you're going to be really well off in 2024 and 2025 after the Bitcoin halving, you know, after X1 launches on Zen and Pulsechain's fully up to date and they got everything fixed and working. It's going to be a beautiful time in 2024, 2025. I think right now, I mean, we're just recovering from the bottom. I really do believe the bottom was that 2025. I actually have some ideas over on TradingView that I posted. They're kind of long-term ideas, and this is one of them. I made this chart in January, and it basically tracks the halving to the next bottom. So let me zoom in here. And this was kind of the day I called the bottom. So I'm like, all right, we were about a year after the top. We had this huge capitulation. The FTX stuff happened. All this bad stuff happened. Three Arrows Capital, all that. So that's when I drew this. I was like, this has to be the bottom. And since then, if I hit play here, it'll actually load the chart. It's actually going ahead of schedule. So this is good. This is just a fractal from the 2018 run up, the 2018 bull run. If it actually follows this chart, follows this fractal all the way, we're looking at a 200K Bitcoin in 2025. That'd be the top of the next market. So this is kind of what my thought process is for the entire bull run. And you can kind of see it also follows the diminishing returns, where we had the huge run up on Bitcoin and it kind of gets flat over time. The returns become less and less. Even with that, I still think we could see a 200K Bitcoin. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've been in DCA mode for the last year, and let me see if I have. What is this? The road to 50K by May. I must have been drunk. How'd we do? Let's see. Nope. How do rate hikes affect that projection? That's a good question. That was only based off the Bitcoin halving. So I was just taking the timing from the different halvings, from the top of the market to the bottom of the market, and then these yellow lines are the Bitcoin halvings. Each time there's a Bitcoin halving, there's a big run up because of how the Bitcoin rewards are diminished over time. But it is kind of interesting because it kind of falls into that whole narrative of the rate hikes, because they've been pumping the rates, trying to suck all the liquidity out of the market for the last year now. Right when the 2024 halving hits is going to be about the time that they start pulling back on the rates, and the stock market's also going to turn very bullish. And we're starting to hear a lot about that now, about when is Jerome Powell going to pivot, when is the Fed going to pull back on the rates, even if they don't raise the rates, when are they going to pause, and when are they going to pivot? And I think that kind of plays into this whole Bitcoin halving. I think that'll happen early 2024. And when that happens, the speculative markets are going to explode. The risk on markets like crypto are going to explode. So it definitely affects it. But this chart is just for the Bitcoin halving. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not just rambling. Oh yeah, I was pulling out of the so let's get these out of here. Get them out of here. I can't believe that shit with the LP. I was so salty about that. I thought it was fishy that we couldn't track how much LP fees we're actually earning. That's because there were none. They were burning it all and not telling anybody. It's super messed up. Oh. I wasn't even pulling liquidity. I was just pulling the ink token. I think that's the biggest factor. Rates, everything's going to explode when there's a rate decrease. Problem is, a rate decrease could be in years. I agree. Yeah, I think it will be that early 2024. I think they're going to pause for a long time until the inflation's at the rate that they want. And then when it's finally down to that 2-3%, that's when they're going to do the full reversal. And that's when the markets will explode. And I predict that'll be 2024, right into the Bitcoin halving, and we'll see a crypto bull market like we've never seen before. One of those blow off tops like we had in 2018. That'd be sick. That's the best case scenario, of course. All right, so I'm also going to, because some of my liquidity was in Ethereum and Bitcoin, so I'm actually going to pull those all into stable coins. How am I looking on PLS though? That's like one of my biggest fears, is running out of PLS right now, because there isn't really a way to get any. So shout out to the 9 watchers. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. We're just doing some things. We claimed some Zen mints. We made some Zen NFTs. Now I'm actually pulling my liquidity out of the Pulsechain farms. And so we got our liquidity here. Here's our different pairs. So we're going to go ahead and remove it. And look at that. That worked exactly how I expected it to. I was ready to lose a couple dollars, but I ended up with 3 times as much PLS than I started with. So that's exciting. Uh-oh. The poll's 50-50 now, and I already started removing it. I need someone quick vote yes, and I'll end the poll. It's funny. Get some of my US dollar coin back. I will say Pulsechain is pretty quick. It's probably because there's so little activity on it, right? You know, it's just all of us. But it's kind of nice just to be able to click through this stuff and not have to watch my transaction, and you know, it's happening pretty quick. I like it. I was debating on pulling all the stable coins back over to Ethereum, and doing some Zen mints on ETH. I don't think I'm going to do that though, because I know I'm just going to have to send money right back over the bridge if I do that. So that's how that works. What's up, Bailey? Welcome, welcome. Just hanging out. This is Pulsechain. We're looking at Pulsechain. I'm actually pulling some liquidity out of the liquidity pools. I think PLS did find a bottom. I think we're really going to go out of this pattern here. It's probably not going to be straight up. It's probably going to be a nice gradual recovery. Nice little round thing. So let's see. What's going on with Pulsechain? They had some issues with their liquidity pools earlier in the week. Found out there's a bug in the code where none of the liquidity providers were getting paid fees. So if you were in the pools, you were earning the incentive token, but you're also supposed to be earning PLS for, you know, providing liquidity. So that wasn't happening. So now we're pulling out of these pools and splitting our liquidity because we're not earning anything on it anyway. But I'm pretty happy with the whole process because I started out with about 300,000, 400,000 PLS, and I turned it into about 3 million PLS. Or 1 million PLS, which isn't a lot. I think it's only like $100, but yo, mint Zen. For sure. I'll get a Zen mint going. Give me 1 sec. Let me finish pulling this liquidity. I'm sure my guy Bailey wants to see what's up with Zen. No. You guys are messing with me. Hodl. Craig Crypto says, amazing that was missed. I don't think RH and devs were working. I agree, man. It's funny seeing all those memes. It's like they were saying it's a Fiverr Fiverr chain. It works. I mean, the chain works. It's just PulseX is buggy. There's a lot of weird little stuff. There's V2, but there's nothing on V2 yet. So, at least in terms of farms and pools. Give me my USDT. Dude, my hair is looking wild. It's so hot. It's at least 90 degrees up here right now. Come on, USDT. Please unpair so we can move on. The bridge still takes a long time. Arbitrum's quicker. Yeah, Arbitrum's way quicker. There's no question there. There we go. All right. So look at that. Now we got 1.5 million pulse. I have about half of my stable coins left over. So now I'm going to flip my stable coins. I'm going to move them all to DAI. Yeah, sell my DAI for DAI. That makes sense. I'm gonna keep the incentive token because I think that's gonna come back, but so we got about 38 bucks of ETH. Swap that over to DAI. These transactions are nice. Like, I wouldn't do this on Ethereum when it's $5 a transaction, but when it's 10-20 cents, I have no problem like organizing my crypto like this. The bridge is definitely a lot faster. The first couple days, I was waiting like 2-3 days. But I used it a couple days ago and it took maybe 20-25 minutes, which that's awesome. That's cool with me. Doing, there we go. Swap. Got a bit of wrap Bitcoin here. So what I'll probably do, I'm going to keep half of this in DAI and half of this in PLS. If the price of PLS drops, I'm going to buy more PLS with the DAI that I have, and then I will, if they open those new pools, I'm going to use the new pools with the capital I have. Is that everything? Perfect. Perfect. All right. So we got about $193 of PLS now. We got about $186 DAI. I'm really happy with that. That's basically what I started with, except all the incentive token I have, I turned into all these NFTs. So now I have all the Zen coming. About 15. That's not right. But I got quite a few Zen mints coming. So let's see. I definitely want to, now that I got some PLS, I'm anxious to mint some Zen. So let's see here. So I was going every 2 weeks. We up to 814 yet? Oh yeah. So we'll go max VMU. Set the date for 814. Go collectors and Turion. Hopefully it's under 100K. That'd be nice. 110,000. So I might give it a second. I'm gonna see if it cools off. Take a sip out of my Zen Mint Your Future mug. And it goes up, of course. So you can see each Zen NFT is costing about 10-15 bucks, depending on the gas you can catch it at. Yesterday, the gas was getting real cheap. You were able to get it for 70, 80,000 PLS. That's real nice. All right, let's go ahead and set this to low. All right, so I think I'm going to mint this NFT and then I'm going to be out. I'll sit here and wait for this to go through as well. So basically I'm minting 128 different wallets. That Zen will become available on August 14th, 2024. At that point, I'll be able to claim it and do what I want with it. Whether bridge it to X1, I can burn it and receive DB Zen. I can sell it for ETH or Pulsechain. It's a beautiful thing. What's really sick about Pulsechain is that you can mint and then just bridge, sell it for ETH and then bridge the ETH over and then mint, use that ETH to mint on Pulsechain or mint on Ethereum. So that's pretty sweet. I'm pleased. I got my 1.5 million PLS. Got my 10 million PLSX. Got about $200 worth of DAI. It's a good time. All right, this is taking too long. We're gonna wrap things up. So it's been a good Thursday stream. Hope everybody had a good Thursday. Do want to let everyone know, get your Zen on Matic ready for this weekend. XenShiba is going to be launching over on Polygon. I'm really excited specifically for the Shiba NFTs. So basically you can take your Polygon, you buy your MZen with it, you burn your MZen to receive XShiba. Once you have your Shiba token, you can then burn your Shiba for the Shiba NFTs. And these Shiba NFTs actually unlock more MZen. So they basically pay for themselves, which is pretty sweet, especially if the price of MZen appreciates over time. So this is going to be launching on Saturday. Someone did point out to me that the time is a little off because of the UTC time. So I was kind of thinking it was going to be at noon on Saturday, but it's actually going to be 1 day and 9 hours from now. So that would be Saturday. Is that going to be 8 a.m.? 7 a.m. on Saturday? Oof. I'll be up for it. I'll be here for it. We'll be streaming live on Saturday, but also tomorrow we'll be here for the Friday DCA. Definitely check out the website, TreeCityTrading.us. Got a link to track my portfolio. Every Friday we do $100 DCA into crypto. You can come here to the website, click on track my portfolio, and see our DCA so far. So far, we've put in $300, and our portfolio is exactly $300. So it's about as much of a crab sideways market as you can get, but that's what we're at. That's where we're at. Thank you for the kind words, Bronx Crypto. Thanks for coming, Craig Crypto. Nice to see you, Bailey. What's up, Louis Lips? Saw you in here, Troy. What up, Freedom Sound, Triple Boosted, Casey James. Everybody, thanks for coming. Tazenian, if you're still here, thanks for sticking around. Hope you guys have a good Friday. And Tree City Trading is out. See you guys tomorrow.